to the Albert and Billy Show. On our summer road trip, we are here in Dunlap, Tennessee, and we are here at the Veterans Park. We're right in front of the Eternal Flame, literally.
Yeah.
Literally, we're right in front of it. So
and there's planes all around us.
Planes all around us. Yeah, we can take us a trip somewhere, Papa. Where you want to go? Oh yeah, you won't fly. Never mind.
Oh, that's right. I forgot to.
Me and Allie will take off and you can drive back.
There's your jet right over there.
Yeah. It's part of our summer road trip. We're also going to be at Harris Park. Also a beautiful park here in Dunlap. Have a lot of fans and viewers, listeners in Dunlap, so we're glad to be down here once again. And now we're going to kick the show off with your famous trivia, Papa.
Gotta have it.
Gotta have that trivia.
All right.
I'm asked about it constantly.
Question number one.
Okay.
Farm implement, which would be equipment, pioneer.
John Deere.
How'd you know that?
Because I didn't see the answer, but I saw the question and I done knew that was the answer.
John Deere.
Mm-hmm. Well, I keep thinking what else it'd be. That's the biggest one.
And what color do they?
Green.
Green.
John Deere green. That's a country song.
Okay.
By Joe Diffie, by the way. I could have reversed that on you, trivia on you.
There you go. Okay, give me a quarterback named Flutie.
Doug
Flutie.
Yeah.
Oh, he was good too.
Very good. Very good.
Okay. What would I be talking about if I said this container holds 128 ounces? What size container am I talking about? 128 ounces.
Lifeline.
What kind of a container would hold 128 ounces?
What kind of question is that? Is more appropriate.
Well, you know it's not a pint. You know it's not a quart. Quart's 32 ounces.
I don't know that one.
A gallon.
Dadgummit, Papa. Well, I should have known that one. I'm sorry. It's the sun. It's fried my brain.
Okay, I'll let you go.
I'm delusional.
Okay, these are last names.
Okay.
Linden and Holbrook. Give me the first name for those two.
Johnson.
No, that's their last names, Linden and Holbrook.
Oh,
they both have a first name,
it's
3 letters.
Okay, then it's Hal. I was going to say it's either Al or Hal.
Hal, Holbrook, Hal Linden. Very good, Billy.
Hal Linden was Barney Miller. Remember that show, Barney Miller? Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he's an actor.
Okay, if you're in court and they have a docket, what is a docket?
I mean, it's a list of all
It's a list of what
the people and their charges.
Okay, it's called an agenda.
Oh, okay, I didn't know
But it is nothing but a list of everybody and why they're in there.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Their charges and everything.
And it's usually extremely long because we read it on the radio station, and it's very long usually.
Right, I forgot about that. Well, okay. Give me the nautical greeting of 2 sailors.
Oh, that's ahoy.
Ahoy, mate.
Yeah.
Ahoy, matey.
Ahoy, matey. Yeah.
Who is...
I think I might learn that from Popeye the Sailor Man.
Popeye the Sailor Man. I like that. He's one of the characters that I drew.
I know, it's a good one.
He's got his pipe in his mouth.
Yep.
Okay.
Him and olive oil.
A beat walker. Who walks the beat in a neighborhood?
A beat walker? Lifeline? I've never heard it termed that way.
You see them in cars.
I do.
But there used to be a man that would walk in a community.
Oh,
like who would be there to hold down trouble?
Security guard?
Security guard or a cop.
Or a cop, okay. Yeah.
They walk their beat. They had a beat,
do.
they had to walk.
That's one of your craziest questions ever.
All right, give me what, these are garments that are plaid,
Oh, God.
worn by men. What do you call them? From Scotland.
Oh, what are those called out?
It's almost like a skirt.
Kilt?
Kilts.
Or
right,
kilts? Yeah,
kilts.
yeah.
Boy, you're doing well.
I've seen a lot of that on TV, yeah.
Oh, okay.
And they start playing and that music and dancing.
What
Yeah.
do you do when you douse a donut?
Dip it?
Dip it.
Okay.
Or dunk it.
Oh, yeah, Dunkin' Donuts.
You know, that's the reason they call that chain Dunkin' Donuts, because you dunk your donut in your coffee.
Yeah, I like Dunkin' Donuts.
I do too.
Good place.
I haven't
good
had
place.
one in a long time. Okay, what do you call a wire rope?
Chain?
Well, it could be a chain. It's straight though.
Like they walk it on in the circus?
Okay, what is that?
Oh,
That wire.
lifeline.
What do they want? What does a
The plank? Walk the plank.
that's
I
no. They're walking on a cable.
Wire.
They're walking on a cable. A wire.
don't know. Okay. Cable's the
Wire
answer.
rope is a cable.
Okay.
Cable.
Well, that's kind of close.
Okay. Give me a place that you will see hinges. Where will you see hinges? On a door.
Yeah.
Or what?
Cabinets.
All right.
If
That's
you
a
go
door.
open a gate or something.
Gate.
A
Doors
gate.
and gates. That's what I had down. You can't go any further.
Oh, okay. Okay, good.
A broad street in a city is called a blank. But it's wide.
Main Street,
Well, it's wider than a street.
Interstate?
Interstate.
No, it's a street
Oh.
you drive on in the city. It's, but it's not a street. It's the next size up. What do you call them? We've got some in Pineville, but they're not any bigger than the streets. You'll see some in every town you go into. Broadway has one.
Turning lane?
Oh,
Broadway has one. What is? New York has one. What's the name of that?
Avenue.
Avenue.
Okay.
Very good. Now,
That was
last one.
tough. These are hard.
He blinked and he puffed.
He huffed and he puffed and he blew the house down.
There you go.
The big bad wolf.
There you go.
Is that it for trivia?
That's it for trivia.
Well, I think I've done pretty good.
I think you did too.
All right, that's it for trivia. Coming up after the break, we'll have some sports of all sorts and Albert-ology, but we'll be at Harris Park for that. Stay tuned, folks. Welcome back to the Albert and Billy Show. We're now at the beautiful Harris Park right here in downtown Dunlap, getting ready for some sports and Albert-ology. And it's beautiful right here, isn't it, Papa?
This is nice.
It is nice. Met some interesting people right off the bat.
I always put Dunlap second on my list below Pikeville
Right,
as desired sites I would like to be in.
right,
But now
right.
this is nice.
It is. It's very
I don't
nice.
know of anything we have comparable to it.
We have a lot of fans from here in Dunlap, so we're glad to be down here. Hi, Ruby. I miss Ruby. Give me a call, Ruby. I hope you're doing well. And Linda Kilgore is also Lala, a big fan, and she lives down here in Dunlap as well. So hello, Lala. And now it's time for sports of all sorts, Papa. So
We're ready. We're ready.
let's talk it.
All right. You're ready too? Well, I want to talk
ready.
about golf. You don't like golf?
I just don't like to watch it on TV, folks. not enough action.
Okay, I'll agree.
Yeah.
It can be long and drawn out.
Yeah.
And there's not a lot of explosiveness to it, like running for the basket.
There's none of that. None of it.
Whenever that guy hits that ball 50 feet away and it goes in that little hole, that gets a lot of people excited.
It does.
And some can make them that far away. But anyway.
But it's rare.
We had a PGA Tour stop last week, and it was the FedEx Jude Invitational World Golf Championship. St. Jude, this instrument in my chest is in there because of St. Jude.
Okay.
Okay, it's held in Memphis every year. All right. The golf world, prior to the tournament, had Rory McIlroy primed and cocked to be the winner, and he opened up with a 62. And everybody thought, well, boy, these guys are seers. They know exactly who's going to win, and he is doing well. Okay, but it just so happened the last day of the tournament, a fellow by the name of Brooks Koepka, who happens to be number 1 in the world right at the time. He happened to be there with Rory McIlroy and some of the others, and he shot a 65 on his way to his 4th trip around this golf course, and he won by 3 strokes.
Cool.
He's good, but it's his 7th overall championship on the PGA Tour. Now this win won big for him. Listen to me now.
Your favorite word, listen.
You don't care too much for golf, but listen. Because he won this one turn, and St. Jude is not the Masters. It's not the British Open. But in this tournament last weekend, he pocketed $1,745,000 to win that tournament. Plus, his point total by playing so consistently that he's number 1, he's built up enough points that on the golf trail each year you have a point total that you build toward, and there is a prize. Guess how much that prize is if you have the most points? $2 million.
Yeah.
He won it Sunday. He got $3,745,000 Sunday. And you don't like golf?
Well, I didn't say that. Well, I should have learned it. I should have learned how to play, apparently. They're getting rich. They're getting rich winning these tournaments.
Bruce Koepka learned Sunday that he and his wife did not have to eat breakfast at McDonald's next morning. They could go anywhere
for a long time.
They could go anywhere they wanted to go and have whatever breakfast they wanted.
Of course.
And leave a $50 tip. And smoke a cigar and light it with a $100
the same way. Well, tennis is the same way. They make a lot of money when they win these events. A lot of money.
But I never heard.
I didn't realize golf. I didn't realize they paid that much in golf.
Well, this $2 million is a bonus for the player who earns the most points during the year.
Well, tennis does that too.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, they win $4 million. That's just added to it. Yeah. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Well, I was born out of time. I would have taken up golf the first time I heard where somebody won $1 million.
I know. $1 million back then would have been, well, it's still a large amount of money back then. It'd be huge.
Huger, yeah. Very, very. Well, football. Golf is over. I'm through with golf.
Too hot for football right now, but it's just around the corner.
Well, Tennessee, during the week, last week, picked up a recruit that's a 4-star.
That's good.
That is really
I'd like to hear 5-star, but hey, I'll take a 4-star.
Jalen Hyatt is his name, and he's from South Carolina. And he made a commitment to the Vols. And he had 4 or 5 others.
Was Clemson and South Carolina both after him?
There were 4 or 5 other schools that were lined up wanting him to sign with them. So Tennessee, they did well. They did well.
Yeah,
that gives us 13 now. That gives us 13 recruits.
That's good. Good job, Coach Pruitt.
And now in baseball.
Just hope they have a good year this year. I'm nervous about it, but maybe they will.
Well.
And by the way, folks, if you are hearing some sounds of trucks and things like that, there is a little bit of construction going on here at Harris Park, but it's not too bad.
And the reason you hear a truck is because there's a truck running.
There's a truck running, but not too far from us, yeah.
Oh, about 40 yards.
Yeah. But I really like it down there. I like it.
Well, I like it, but
it's peaceful.
Not well enough that I want to move down here, but I like it.
Well, I didn't say that, but I'll come hang out at Harris Park anytime.
This is a nice little town. It really is.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
They've got a lot on the ball going for them.
They sure do.
One big thing they've got, they're 20 miles closer to Chattanooga than we are.
Yep. That's right.
And it has aided them over the years in providing employment with better paying jobs that much closer to them.
Yeah, obviously Quarter J is what really put the ball in motion and helped Dunlap tremendously.
I'm saying that it is, yeah.
So what else we got?
And then, of course, the people that live here have a lot to do with the motivation for it to be where it is.
Absolutely.
We went up to the what was that place? Coke Ovens.
Oh yeah, we filmed at Coke Ovens last year, I think. Yeah.
And there are people that are still involved in keeping that moving.
Yeah.
Keeping it going.
I like it up there. It's a beautiful place too.
It's nice. Okay, baseball.
How's your Dodgers doing, Papa?
Not as well as I would like. They've let a 16-game lead shrink down to 14 and a half.
Now you can hear the construction. That's them saying, quit you whining, Papa. Whereas
the Atlanta Braves,
how they do?
They're in another division than we are. They're in the East, aren't they? Okay, they have a 4.5 game lead, which is good. Then in the Central Division, you've got the Cubs and the Cards. They're tied for the lead.
Oh, okay. Who did win the championship last year? I don't forgot.
It was not the Dodgers.
No, the Dodgers didn't. Did they make it though? And they got beat. Did they make
got
it?
In the playoffs.
Yeah. I can't even remember who won it.
I think we'll be in the playoffs this year. We have weaknesses, and one of our weaknesses is defense, and another weakness is the bullpen. If we could keep our starters not only starting but finishing, we'd have a better lead.
Yeah.
But we watched the Nationals the other night run all over us. And every time they threw the ball toward first base, our first baseman turned his head. Don't throw it to me. Why are you throwing that ball over here to me?
Well, you don't need to be on first base then.
No.
You know, speaking of football, folks, it reminds me to promote that you can listen to all Bledsoe County High School football games on WUAT. You can also watch them on Channel 18 ValleyTV, correct, Allie?
Yeah.
And that gets started soon. The Jamboree is coming up. Yeah, it's in August. But be sure to stay tuned for that. And all businesses out there, we would really appreciate if you sponsored the football games, the high school football games. That's what makes it possible for us to bring it to you. So any businesses out there in Pikeville for the high school, give us a call if you'd like to help out and sponsor high school football. Greatly appreciate it. And Little Blue, yours truly is going to be announcing those games at the football games.
Really?
I'll be announcing them, at the game live there.
Wow.
So, Little Blue's free this year, and I think they have met. They've got enough players now to participate in it. We want to keep Little Blue going, so if you know of any child that would like to play, it's free this year, folks. So let them play. They're needing kids to play. So.
And the kids need to get their face out of the screens and become more active.
Absolutely.
This heads off obesity.
Absolutely.
Down the road.
That's right.
But I never did have anything, a screen for me to get my face in. We knelt down on our knees and listened to the radio. No big deal.
Right. Was there anything else in sports?
I think not.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll go on into good old Albert-ology while we're still here at Harris Park.
I just happen to have something here.
Okay.
Today, on this day in 1956, the President of the United States was Dwight David Eisenhower. And up until this day, July the 30th, up until this day, on a coin in your pocket, that coin would say E pluribus unum. One out of many is what that meant.
Okay.
But on that day, July the 30th, 1956, after having conversed with Billy Graham, the President of the United States asked Billy Graham to pray for America and to give him some assistance in what he could do and should do as the leader of this nation. Billy Graham came back with two recommendations. One I've already mentioned. The coin lost that phrase, E pluribus unum. In its place, our coins now say, in God we trust.
Yep, I like
when
that.
you walk in the front entrance to the Bledsoe County High School, high above the 6 doors leading inside, there is a plaque made there at the school, and that is what it says, in God we trust.
Yeah, yeah.
But the second thing that Billy Graham recommended to the President of the United States was that in our pledge to the flag, when I was a boy, I always said, how does it play? I pledge allegiance
to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. That's how I said it. But President Eisenhower listened to Billy Graham, and now this is what you say. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God.
Yeah.
That phrase was not there when I made the pledge to the flag. Those are the two recommendations that Billy Graham made to the President of the United States, and he took his advice.
That says a lot about him, and I'm glad he did.
All right. In filmdom, The Lion King.
In filmdom, folks. In the movies. For those that don't speak.
In the movies.
For those that don't speak Albert, in the movies this week, The Lion King's obviously going to be a huge hit.
Well, this is the second week he's ruled the roost.
Okay.
And the box office last week was $142.8 million worldwide.
Yeah.
And Spider-Man's hanging around.
Coming at number 2. Yeah.
He's number 3.
Number 3.
Toy Story is close behind it. Toy Story 4.
And it was number 1 for 2 or 3 weeks straight.
But all 3 of these are sequels.
Yes. Yes.
And some are sequels.
Doing very well. Yeah.
Toy Story 4.
Oh, that's Spider-Man, no telling what part. Been several of them as well. And that Lion King is kind of a updated version, I guess you could say, of the classic The Lion King.
Yeah. I'm sure they made some changes.
Yeah, well, basically it's in the visuals. It's animated differently.
Yeah.
Very, very, very differently.
Do you know a fellow by the name of Stephen Curry? I could have put this under sports, couldn't I? His wife is Aisha.
Aisha Curry, cooking with Aisha Curry.
She has a very full plate. She is on television on Thursday nights hosting ABC's Family Food Fight, where they get together.
I didn't know that.
Well, they cook up the recipes and they compete against one another because there's a big prize for the winner of $100,000.
Do they get to actually have a food fight?
No,
That
you're
takes the
fighting
fun out of it. I
competitively
know.
to win. But
Be a lot more fun though to have a good old food fight. I think.
she has a restaurant, International Smoke. And she has locations in San Francisco and Houston and Ventura, Florida, and Del Mar, California. So she's doing pretty well for herself.
She is.
She has her own cookware line. She has kitchen textiles and bedding. So she's branched out and she's got her thumb in a lot of what's going on in the world.
Yeah.
But her star husband, NBA whiz, Stephen Curry, they have 2 daughters, Riley 7 and Ryan 4, and a son, Cannon. He's just 1 year old.
Their Ryan is one of the daughters.
Yeah, Ryan. I thought that would be a boy too.
Yeah, I had to do a double look at that.
Okay,
She's pretty, by the way.
She is. I've seen her on television.
How to leave fall on me, Papa?
Okay, did you know elephants live in herds? The herds,
No, I didn't know
herds
that.
are running anywhere from 4 to maybe 30.
I didn't know that.
There's always one mature cow. She's the matriarch.
Really?
They can live up to the age of 86.
Wow.
They grow to be 13 feet tall, and they weigh 7.7 tons.
I wish dogs and cats could live that long.
Big cats, tigers are the largest. They are 8 feet long, and then a 3 foot tail on top of that. Lions are traveling groups. They're called a pride, and the king, the male king, has a
King of the jungle.
He's about 10 foot long. When they get hungry and decide,
Don't want none of them as pets, though.
no. Whenever they decide it's time to eat dinner, they'll have to make 4 tries before they get their meal. Because a lot of their
Yeah, because they
prey,
literally have to catch it.
well, a lot of their prey is faster than they are.
Yeah, they have to work for their food and they have to work hard for it.
But now, on the other hand, farm animals, you've got 800 breeds of cows.
800?
breeds.
Didn't know that.
They produce 4 gallons of milk every day, 1,600 gallons a year. There are over 1 billion sheep in the world, and they have 1,000 different breeds of sheep.
Goodness.
Hens lay 1 or 2 eggs a day. I thought they just laid 1.
So they can do 2 a day.
They can do. But if you do not collect your eggs every day and they start accumulating in that nest, that hen will start setting on them and produce babies.
Ooh, you don't want to do that.
So if you want eggs, you better get them.
Yeah.
Or you'll have new chicks. The earth, this is some of the stuff I got at the library when I was substitute teaching.
Oh.
But it was on my time off. The earth is 24,091 miles around at the equator. Around.
Wow.
Diameter, straight through, is 7,926 miles. That's how far through it is to the earth.
Wow.
It weighs 6,600 million billion tons. I can't fathom that.
I can't either. I don't know how they figure it out.
Now then, compare that to the sun, which is our star. It's 93 million miles away. That's the reason it took so long to get there. It weighs 2,000 million trillion tons. Can't figure that out either.
I can't either.
But it's 300,000 times heavier than the Earth.
Gosh.
It burns more than 4 million tons of hydrogen fuel every second. It burns more than 4 million tons. No, the sun produces enough energy every second that could keep the United States supplied with electricity for 50 million years.
Goodness.
And
wow.
We are switching, more and more people are, to solar energy.
Yeah, that's been going on for a few years now.
The temperature at the sun's surface is 2.7 million degrees Fahrenheit.
Goodness.
I don't want to go there.
We also need to say too that the Highway 127 sale officially starts, a couple of days, but it's really already underway. So lots and lots of people down here, and in Pikeville as well. A lot of people setting up, and we need to say something, Papa, about our dear friend, whose name is Friend Robertson, longtime sponsor of the Top 10 Countdown at WUAT radio station. I grew up knowing her my whole life, and she always made me feel better, no matter where we were, where I talked to her. She always made me feel better, and I never left her flower shop without her telling me that she loved me.
Really?
Never.
She wouldn't let her say that to me.
Well, I just will say you are dearly missed, Friend. I can't imagine our community without you. It's a very sad time for all of us, really, and it'll definitely take some getting used to without Friend being around, and Friend's Flowers, which has been there for 50 years. And so I just feel like we need to mention that. So rest in peace, Miss Fran Robertson. You are loved, and you will be missed.
Not just by her family, not just by her church, not just by this community, not just by this county, but by extended miles outside this county.
Absolutely.
She touched a lot of people's lives.
So keep her family and friends in your prayers. Keep Miss Lola in your prayers, folks. Her best friend for many years. So now we'll get to some celebrity ciphering.
This is under Albert-ology.
Yeah, I just saw that. But I forget, you do the celebrity cipher quite a bit.
This is by Christopher Reeve. You know, remember who he was? Superman. Listen to what he said. And this is the reason I enjoy working these. You never know what you're going to read.
Yeah.
But you've got to tussle to get it out.
Well, I reckon.
COIF is THE. But you've got to figure that out, see. But anyway, the ability to...
Oh, I don't have the patience for that. I'm glad you do it.
The ability to love, to make the best of what we have. You don't have to be a Superman to do it. Christopher
Reeve, the guy who played Superman. Unfortunately got injured severely.
Yes, he was
never the same, yeah. And ended up dying.
This wind is going to be rough. All right, this one is by a fellow by Joseph F. Newton. He said, people are lonely. Our pastor preached a sermon on that not long ago. People are lonely because they build walls instead of bridges. I bet people haven't thought about that.
No, never heard it.
They build walls so you can't get in instead of bridges so they can get out. Or you can get in.
That's very, very true. And there's a lot of people that put up walls.
And then Dan Rather said this. I remember Dan Rather watching him on news for many, many years. He says the press is a watchdog, not an attack dog, not a lapdog. A good watchdog barks at things that are suspicious. And that's the job of the press. That's the reason we should have freedom of the press. If they smell a rat, they ought to be able to uncover that rat.
I agree. And they're pretty good at it.
Let me tell you something about this heat that we're going through right now. You're in the shade right now.
Yeah, so glad.
Marilyn was asked this question. On a sunny day, when the official outdoor temperature is 75 degrees, Is this the temperature in the sun or in the shade, or is it an average? Listen to her answer. Actually, the air temperature in the sun is exactly the same as it is in the shade. How come? Because on television you see these people advertising this awning next to their trailer. Oh, it's 20 degrees cooler here when we put this awning in for $599. But now listen, thermometers are always placed in the shade. Why? If a thermometer were placed in the sunlight, the instrument would be heated by the solar radiation, and the thermometer would display the temperature of the instrument itself, not the air.
Okay.
This is why you feel so much warmer in the sun. Your body is being heated when you're out in the sun by solar radiation. When you're in the shade, you are exposed to the temperature. When you're out in the sun, the temperature is the same. But out there, you have added heat coming from the sun. And it radiates down to your body, and you feel warmer.
I've never thought about
Marilyn
that.
is a smart cookie.
She really is. She really is.
Well, this is the last one.
I've never thought about it.
Fleetwood coffee. You wouldn't know anything about Fleetwood coffee, but years ago...
Know a little bit about Fleetwood Mac. Rock and roll group. Don't know nothing about Fleetwood coffee, but I know you're going to tell me.
Years ago, we had a Fleetwood coffee. They were located over here in Chattanooga. The Fleetwood coffee truck would come around to your store, and he would come inside your store and say, do you need any coffee this week? You had some on your shelf, so if you whatever you sold during the week, you bought some more. They came out with Fleetwood tea, and they sold out to Coca-Cola many years ago. Well, Coca-Cola did not want to explore using it, and they finally just shelved it.
Okay.
And after that, a grandson, I think, got a hold of it and decided he'd try to get it to going again. And he got in the Costco store.
Yes.
Costco. And so since then, he's been able to get coffee, Fleetwood coffee, on the shelves of some of the places. And what is old to some people is new again, because people now can buy Fleetwood coffee again. But we're talking about 4 or 5 generations. But they came in.
So it's made a comeback. Making one, trying to. Well, that's amazing. All those years.
One day, the Fleetwood Coffee man and JFG brought their own they came around and sold off the truck. Kraft mayonnaise and Kraft cheese came and sold off the truck. Things were so different back then.
Oh yeah.
Everything went to warehousing, you see. But the Fleetwood Coffee man came in there one day and wanted me to buy some new instant coffee. And I said, sir, I just don't have a hole on my shelf for any more coffee. I've got JFG, and I've got Maxwell House, and I've got Fleetwood, and Sanka. I said, I just don't have it. I said, I need a shelf extender. He said, if I give you a shelf extender, will you put my instant coffee in? I looked at him and I said, well, I sure will. Yeah. He went out to his truck and got me a shelf extender. It was a little metal shelf about 8 inches wide and about 6 inches deep. And you just stuck it put it on the front of the shelf that was already there, and it just extended it out here. And so I had to let him put some in.
Well, yeah, he kept his word, so you had to keep yours.
Well, that's all of Albert-ology.
Well, let's hear some jokes, Papa.
Okay. Speaking of Coca-Cola, buying that.
Speaking of Coca-Cola, I'm gonna have a drink of one.
Years ago, let me see how many years ago. In In 1899, a fella in Atlanta had invented Coca-Cola. And 2 men from Chattanooga went down there and talked to that man that had the formula for Coca-Cola. And they hit upon the idea of bringing that product to Tennessee, to Chattanooga, Tennessee, and bottling it and selling it. And they gave him $1 for the recipe. They bought the recipe for Coca-Cola for $1. The rights to bottle it. Can you imagine that?
I'd like to imagine it. Let's hear some good jokes, Papa. We'll go from Cokes to jokes.
Looking for a job? Make sure your resume is up to snuff. A lot of job seekers don't, and we've pulled together some actual blunders to prove it.
So these are true.
These are true.
Applications. Oh, wow.
Last job, I drove a tow truck, TOE. Before that, I worked in the desert. And before that, I oversaw all new corporate accusations.
Accusations.
Responsibilities included recruiting, interviewing, and executing final candidates. Executing. Watered and groomed and fed the family dog for years. So he's
qualified.
He'll get a job.
Yeah.
Perfectionist, these are my skills. Perfectionist with a keen eye for details, just the letter I.
Yeah.
Being bilingual in 3 languages. Natural born larder instead of
Oh, it's amazing what people do. It's amazing.
Compensation. My current salary is $36,000 a year. Salary desired, $223,000. I would have been tickled to death with $36,000. But no, I want $223,000.
These people are not going to get hired, that's for sure.
Well, if they do, I'd like to know where.
I would too.
Interest.
Their interest, okay.
I enjoy cooking Chinese and Italians.
Because I'm a cannibal.
My 3 biggest hobbies are cars, racquetball, golf, and reading.
What?
I like donuts, cupcakes, chocolate, and ice cream. Together. Honestly, I like doing nothing.
I like doing nothing. That's pretty good.
Education. Graduated in 2911. Instead of 1911.
Those were horrible applicants. Well, it's called dumb applicants, and boy, that could not be further from the truth.
You know, it would be good, and they may do it, I don't know. It would be good if you had a teacher that would take some time to work with seniors about working on a resume to apply for a job.
I agree. Yeah, that would be really good.
When I was a teenager, I applied for a job at a hospital gift shop and was so pumped up when I got the call that they wanted me. When I showed up for my first shift, the manager gave me the weirdest look, then told me to wait while she called someone.
Right.
Turns out that they interviewed 2 girls named Jessica and meant to hire the other one.
Oh.
They offered me a candy bar for my trouble. I'm still bitter. We better do something right.
Thank you, Emily. Those are good.
Okay. A man says his favorite text message to send his wife when he's out drinking is this: I'll be home in 5 minutes. If not, read this again.
That's a good one.
All right. Did you hear about the undertaker who got custom license plates for his 2 new vehicles?
No.
One is his and the other is his hearse.
Oh, got you.
Stuff Dad says.
Dad wisdom.
I should add this for Father's Day. I have a fear of speed bumps. I'm slowly getting over it.
Right.
I also have a fear of elevators, but I've started taking steps to avoid it. All you gotta do is climb the steps.
Yeah, it's true.
At church, we've got an elevator, and they got a sign on that elevator said, "This elevator is for our senior members. We offer heart healthy steps for all other members." Yesterday I ate a clock. It was very time consuming, especially when I went back for seconds.
Oh, yeah.
I used to hate facial hair, but then it grew on me. I was addicted to the hokey pokey, but I turned myself around.
I knew that was coming.
All right.
My gosh, I ain't heard that in years. Let's hear, how many more, Allie? 5 more, okay.
All right. Lisa Denton put this in the paper the other day, and I picked it up.
Okay.
Naked and there's a television program, Naked and Unafraid.
Yeah.
Naked and Unafraid, a toddler's view of nudity.
I like that.
All right.
That's a pretty good show.
I've never seen it.
Well, I
have a desire to.
Well, it's a lot less about them being naked, and it's about like they're trying to survive in these really extreme climates. It's tough.
Okay. All right. This is a medical glossary. They explain what medical terms mean. For instance, artery.
ART.
Okay, this is how a redneck would.
Oh, a redneck terminology. Oh, this will be good.
This is how redneck. An artery, we know what an artery is. Mm-hmm. But to the redneck, it's the study of fine paintings. Bacteria.
Yeah.
Rare instance at the cafeteria. Oh. CAT scan. Yeah. Searching for kitty. Coma.
Yeah.
Punctuation mark. D and C. Women have those.
Oh, D and C. Okay.
That's where Washington, D.C. is. Enema.
Oh, God.
Not a friend.
That's the best one.
I was in the hospital one time, and the guy that was in the room with me, they moved him out during the night. And I asked the nurse if I could have his bed, because it was next to the window. Mm-hmm. And the nurse said, well, yeah, we'll move him. And so they did. Well, again during the night, they brought a little 11, 12-year-old boy in, and they put him in the bed that I was in. Mm-hmm. Well, the next morning, I heard that little boy early call his mother on the phone and said, Mama, what's an enema? They had given him my enema.
Oh!
So I didn't get to have my test that day.
That is great. That is great. That's a good one to end it on. You can't really beat that.
All right.
Well, thanks for joining us on this edition of the Albert and Billy Show summer road trip here in Dunlap, this at Harris Park, and also I want to thank the Veterans Park as well. And we had a good time down here, didn't we?
Yes, we did.
And once again, keep the family of Fran in your thoughts and prayers because she touched so many people.
Yeah.
So, all right, well, that's it for this edition of the Albert and Billy Show. Tune in next week for another edition of the Albert and Billy Show. So long, folks.
See you, folks.